Good morning, everyone. Beautiful Sunday morning, and I'd like to talk about systems and system building for your life or your business or whatever, whatever you do. I've always been big on systems. I believe that there's almost never people's fault. It's always systems' fault. And if something doesn't work properly, then we need to figure out what and change the system. There's different methodologies on figuring out what doesn't work. One of the best ones and probably my favorite ones is methodology of five whys. When you ask five questions starting with why and you dig in deep down into the problem. I'm not going to go into this right now, and there are many other options of how to sort out this stuff. But in any case, I always liked stuff systemized and having manuals written and this and that. And my problem, as many others, problem is you put a manual together and it gets outdated pretty much immediately, and nobody follows it, and it's big and whatever. And this principle was described by Mike Michalowicz in his book Clockwork, which is a great book, recommended. There are again different ways of doing this. I kind of stuck with manuals and I was optimizing them and making them, of course, digital, not paper copies, because so much easier to update. And I would ask people who deal with them take ownership of them and update them as they go. It works kind of 50-50 because, again, if they're massive and huge, people tend to be overwhelmed. It takes discipline and it takes, of course, leadership from my end, your end, to get them to do that and empower them and make them want to do that. But in any case, I came across another principle which I'm excited to try and implement, which is in a book that I recently listened to, a book written by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time. And its principle of playbooks. Nothing new really, but he brilliantly, beautifully simplified the concept and put it in step by step guide on how to create playbooks. And the principles of this is you record yourself doing it, you outline simple steps, and the key is here to go broad. You don't go, I have a manual which identifies every single little thing you need to do, from how you answer the phone and this and that. And that's important. That's important to have. And a lot of books will say that you have to nail it down to single word. And you may want to have some guiding principles on how you answer the phone and culture in this. It would be a separate document and separate thing, really. What playbook would do is you outline really simple steps, basically 5 to 6 to 7 maybe steps, where you just give a broad definition of what you're going to do and give the user the power of experimentation and improvisation. And we have to remember that we want to hire smart people. So if we hire in smart people, we want to let them figure it out. We don't want them to be monkeys and be in this cage of what you created. And then you basically, after that, you have your video recorded, you have basic steps, you tell them how often you do that, and then you have a checklist. And I like that checklist at the end. And I never thought about putting checklist in the manual, playbook, whatever you call it. But in this case, I think it summarizes the efforts nicely. So I'm very excited to try that, and I'm working on one already, and I will be doing it for pretty much anything I do in life. And as Dan writes in his book, he basically nowadays records him doing absolutely everything, which is of course nuts, but I I think it's true. I think it's really helpful. But in any case, this is my speech on systems and system building. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's of help. And now I'm gonna wrap up and go build some systems. Have a good day, everyone.